If one spouse earns significantly more than the other, this is one RSP strategy you don't want to miss. In this bonus video, I want to talk about the spousal RSPs. This isn't for everyone, but for couples with uneven incomes, it can make a meaningful difference in retirement taxes. A spousal RRSP is simply an RRSP that's owned by the lower income spouse but funded by the higher income spouse. The higher income spouse gets the tax deduction, the lower income spouse owns the account and will eventually be taxed on withdrawals. Same RSP rules, just a different structure. The goal here is balancing retirement income between spouses. If one spouse earns much more today, they're likely in a higher tax bracket already. But if both spouses end up with RSPs of similar sizes at retirement, withdrawals can be spread more evenly, often at lower tax rates overall. This isn't about avoiding tax by any means. It's about paying less tax as a household over time. Here's a simple example. One spouse earns about $120,000. The other earns, say, $40,000. Instead of putting all RSP contributions into the higher earners account, some contributions go in a spousal RRSP. The higher income spouse still claims the deduction today when it's most valuable, but in retirement, withdrawals are taxed in the lower income spouse's hands, usually at a much lower rate. That difference can add up to real money over the years. One important rule to be aware of: if money is withdrawn from a spousal RSP too soon after contribution, attribution rules may apply and income could be taxed back to the contributor. This is why spousal RSPs work best as long-term strategy, not for short-term cash needs. Spousal RSPs tend to make sense when one spouse earns much more than the other and retirement is still several years away. If both spouses earn similar incomes, the benefit is usually quite limited. So that's the idea behind spousal RSPs, using the RSP system as a couple, not just individually. If you're married or in a long-term partnership, this is worth understanding before you start contributing. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And in the next series, we'll talk about TFSAs and how they compare to RRSPs. See you in the next one.